Welcome to our all-time interesting segment, Talk Show with Experts on TVASIA Telugu. నేను మీ హోస్ట్ సీత. అమెరికాలో ఉండే ఎంతో మంది ప్రవాస భారతీయుల చాలా ఆలోచింపజేసే విషయాలు ఇమిగ్రేషన్ అండ్ వీసాస్. అలాంటి ఇంపార్టెంట్ టాపిక్ మీద మన సందేహాలు తీర్చడానికి, ఎక్స్పర్ట్ అడ్వైస్ ఇవ్వటానికి మన షోకి వచ్చారు రాహుల్ రెడ్డి గారు. He is an eminent lawyer and founder of Reddy Neumann law firm based out of Houston, Texas. Welcome to the show, Rahul Garu.
Thanks for inviting, Sita Garu.
Thank you so much.
It's good to be here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so we had a very, very overwhelming response, Andy, from the last week we had from callers and viewers. So we would like to continue the same topic about downgrade from EB2 to EB3. So it looks like there is a lot of mess. Everyone is very confused about what to do. What is your take, Andy, on it?
Well, it is really confusion though, because a lot of people did expect the visa bulletin to be moving, but we didn't expect that EB3 to move forward than EB2. And most of the Indian nationals happen to be in EB2. So now what to do? Do we downgrade it? Do we just wait? That is $1 million question. And there is no clear answer to that thing. So I want people to remember that. Why are they hesitating, Sita Garu, in moving to EB3 is, what if tomorrow EB2 moves forward? That's number one. Number two is that EB3 requires that there is an extra step that need to be done before you move to the EB3. I mean, you have to file a downgrading called I-140. What are the potential risks involved in those things? So that's the reason why a lot of people are hesitating.
Okay.
Now,
yeah, I've been hearing a lot of advices for the callers that you have been doing. Kondarni downgrade cheskomannaru, kondarni you said do not. I mean, you would suggest not to. So what is the rationale is what I'm just trying to understand there.
Sita, I'm not telling them to downgrade, to downgrade or not downgrade though. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give it to them what it is, and they have to decide what is advantageous. It is a judgment call. If I tell them to downgrade and they downgrade it and they move to the EB3 and tomorrow EB2 line goes faster. Mm-hmm. It's just like the way when we go in the traffic, okay? Now our line is stuck. The other lane is moving so fast. We move to that lane. As soon as you move to that lane, this lane moves. It happens so many times. Exactly the same thing could happen here too. So that's the reason I'm not going to make the judgment call for the people. I'm going to give it to them what it is, and it's up to them to pick which options it is. So let's look into the potential downfalls. The first thing is that we are traveling in one lane and it's blocked. We know that. The other lane is moving faster. At least in the month of October, the other lane is moving faster. Correct. Now the question is that if I move to the other line, which is EB3, can I come back to EB2?
Yes.
For that, people need to understand one thing. When you file a downgrade application to EB3, when you file a adjustment of status in EB3, that doesn't mean that you are married to it. Oh, that's what the word that you need to understand. You are flirting with a girl called EB3. So if you are flirting with a girl with EB3, if tomorrow the EB2 line goes faster, you can move easily to EB2 and get married to EB2 if you want to.
Okay.
But as long as you stay at flirting level with EB3, you're fine. But once you get married to EB3, moving to EB2 is a very tedious and risky job. Just like the way it's easy to move from one girl to another girl while you're flirting as compared to when you get married. Now, when would you consider that you have got married to EB3 is not when you file the downgrade application, not when you file the adjustment of status, not when you obtain the EAD and advance parole, but if you use EAD and advance parole.
Okay. That's a very
that's when you are married to EB3. Until then, you are not married to EB3. So people have to remember this. Marriage and flirting. So once you use EAD and advance parole, you are married. Now you want to move to EB2. It's a very tedious process. I don't have time to explain in this one, but then the problem will start. So now, what are the potential risks if you don't file in this application? Right now, if you miss the boat, because I remember I got into the boat in 1996, and luckily I got the approval in 1996. But the boat left in 1996 June. I got in my green card in May. Okay. I'm lucky.
You were lucky.
And then the boat came back again in 2000 and 2001. And the boat then again left. It came back in 2007. Then 2007, after 2007, the boat came again in 2012. And after 2012, we have a boat that came in. We don't know if this boat is going to be there for a month, or we're not sure if this boat is going to be there for a year. We don't know that. So that's where people are, if you may, people are like, okay, let me put my leg in this boat. Okay, that means flirting with this one. If you flirt with this, that's fine. But as I said, if you get married, you will stuck with this boat. So that's where you are right now.
It's a very
lot of people are in the dilemma.
Yeah. It's a very judicious call that you would ask people to take personally for themselves.
Yeah, and 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗏 𝗪 audience need to also remember, there's another thing that people need to understand. Is it tough for them to downgrade from EB2 to EB3, especially if they are working for the same company? No, it's not. It's easy. It is like this, Sunday. If you can climb 100 floors in 1 hour, and I went to immigration and got the certification, let's call that as EB2. Okay? Now, when you're downgrading to EB3, all I'm doing is going to the immigration and telling that 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗏 can climb 50 floors in 1 hour. Can she? Since she can climb 100 floors, she can climb 50 floors. It's not that tough of a deal when we go there. They're not going to ask, oh, she can climb 100 floors. That's not the question. Right. Can she climb 50 floors or not? That is EB3. So people need to remember that when they're asking the question.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
That's very valuable information you have shared, and we have lots of callers pouring in. I'm sure they have varied questions. Let's take the first caller here. The number ends with 2754. Can we have the first caller, please?
Press *6, guys. Press *6 if you want to unmute yourself to ask the question. 2754. We can hear you now.
Yeah. We can hear you now. Please go ahead. I guess you
hello.
On YouTube.
Yes.
And yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rahul, for giving the opportunity. So I've been trying to catch you last week. Somehow I got lucky today. So thank you. So my question is now about my aging out kid. So my son will be turning 21 by August 2021. So he's currently in F1 visa here. My priority date is in EB2 August 2014. So right now my company accepted I'm downgrading to EB2 to EB3. So based on the filing dates chart. So I'm also planning to file for my son I-485. So
makes sense.
My understanding is based on the CSP Act, I think we can protect my son's age even after 21 based on the I-140 processing durations. So my question is here. The first question is here. So both the EB2 I-140 earlier and now EB3 I-140, so both the durations can be clubbed and used for the calculating CSP age. This is my first question. The second question, so if he is aged out, so due to delay in dates become current, maybe it takes maybe 2-3 years more. So at that point of time, would there be any issues with his current non-immigrant F1 visa, letter filing H1B and maybe traveling outside of the country? So is there any issues with the current DOS application? Please help me, advise me.
You got the basic concepts very clear though. First thing is that you got it that if it is not the filing dates that will freeze the age, it is the final action date that will freeze the age. You got the basic very good. The second question is that can we accumulate the first I-140 and the second I-140 to calculate the age. I don't think so we can do both the things. We have to do only one I-140, which is the current I-140. I would recommend for you that at this point of time, do not file your I-140 in premium processing under any circumstances. Because you want to freeze the age, you know that you understood the concept very good. The period of time that the I-140 is pending, your son will be able to add, your son's age will be deducted from the I-140. So please don't file this in premium processing. But you got the concept very clear on those things. The third question is that if by
because of all your calls.
Thank you so much. The third aspect you asked is that if he gets aged out, will it cause any problem in the F1 visa? No, it won't cause any problem at all. It won't cause any problem. He'll be fine. He will be fine to go to the adjustment of status. So he should be fine. The good part about it is that the I-140 will take 2 to 3 years for you to get approved, so which is actually good for you because you're not going to convert it to premium processing. But he will not have any problem in maintaining the F1. The one which you did not ask was that I remember that getting married to the adjustment of status. I don't want your son to get married to the adjustment of status. I am okay. I may be fine for you to get married and your wife to get married to it, but I don't want your son to get married to the adjustment of status. Because once he gets married to the adjustment of status, now if he wants to go to F1 visa, that is going to be trouble.
Understand.
Okay.
Understand. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rahul. So
you
you would recommend my son will just continue his F1 visa and
absolutely.
and all until now?
Absolutely. Don't get married to this adjustment of status. Okay?
Yeah. Perfect. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And please do watch us on Dish, Sling, World BB TV, along with our website and on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much. Let's have the next caller, Rahul Garu.
Sure.
It is starting with 4440. I mean, it ends with 4440. Can you please press star 6 to unmute yourself? We can hear you now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm able to hear.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi Rahul garu, na peru 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗏 andi. Thanks for connecting, Sita garu. My wife EAD is 2013 January andi. IBM, they are applying for government. We are prepared all the documents.
Did you say that they are downgrading?
No. She's EB3 already.
Okay, sounds good. You're lucky.
Yeah. Mine is EB2 2011 May 20 andi, Nadi. So then the confusion is if she is proceeding with her EB3 and my EB2 is with ex-employer and currently my current employer is applied my labor 6 months ago and still it is in progress. My confusion is my question is like if she is she get I-1 EAD and payroll and everything done as part of the 485, can she use my priority date EB2 2011 May 20 for her final action date green card?
No, you have to file one more adjustment of status. And she should not be married. Both of you guys should not be married to EB3. If you get married, it's very tough to come into this claim. But if you both are not married to EB3, which you know what that is, she cannot use your EB2 still. But if they are not married, you can still file an adjustment of status one more time for your wife. She as a dependent, you are the main applicant.
But I'm going to be the dependent for EB3 with the IBM. She is filing, right? So she is applied the 485 right now. But in the EB3, 2013 is her priority date, right? So then whenever the final action date for EB2, mine is 2011, when it get current, and she can file final action date, green card for the, can she use my date for her?
She can, but no, for her 485, she cannot. You guys have to file one more 485. Both of you guys.
Oh, for that's for me, for my ex-employer.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have a lot of callers. Go ahead, Rahul Garu. You had something to say?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
Let's go to the next caller.
Sure. We have a lot of callers. We have a lot of questions on YouTube as well, Andy. Let us cover a few from there.
Sure.
So we have a question from Kumar Reddy, sir. If EB2 priority date advances, is it possible and safe to change the preference category to file for EB2 I1 for 485 when EB3, EB2 downgrade is in progress?
You can file two 485 applications at the same time, as long as you don't get married to the downgrade downgrade adjustment of status. If they don't get married, they can. Once they get married, no, they cannot. And I have defined the definition of the marriage.
Yes. Please watch the beginning of the show. You have all the details. Rahul Reddy Garu has explained and elaborate on how do you want to associate yourself with EB2, EB3 there. Let's take the, thank you so much, Andy Rahul Garu. We have the next caller here. Let's take the next caller. Please press *6 to admit yourself.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello, Rahul Garu.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, Rahul Garu. నేను నా పేరు నవీన్ అండి. సో రీసెంట్గా we also met on a personal consultation as well. So ఒక చిన్న క్వశ్చన్ అండి related to EB2 to EB3 downgrading. So I was with company A, and recently in July I moved to company B, and my previous employer company A also started concurrent filing, and also there is a client, it is also ready for me. So my question here is, నేను EB3 కి downgrade చేయడానికి even my employer రెడీగా ఉన్నాడు, company A.
You're still working you're still working for company A, right?
Yes, in a concurrent filing. So
that's fine.
Company A and company B both.
Yeah, you're still getting paycheck from company A, okay?
Yes. So my question here is, ఆయన future employment అని చెప్పి EB3 కి downgrade చేయొచ్చు. So even I will show ability to pay.
Why future employment? Why not current?
I don't know, and అదే డౌట్ వచ్చారు.
They don't need to go for future. They have a current thing. They can file it with the current employment. Okay. You're working there.
Okay. So ఒక క్వశ్చన్ అండి అయితే, so do I need to, అంటే after approval of EB3, so do I need to go back to company A by quitting company B, or can I continue company A and B both?
If you are with a concurrent employment with company A and company B, you are with company A, right? You don't have to quit company B. You can continue with company B. Absolutely no problem with it.
Okay. So one more question.
But with company A, once you file the adjustment of status, you have to be there for at least 6 months before you leave company A, if you are planning to leave company A. With company B, it doesn't matter whether you're working, not working, because your main employer is company A in the adjustment of status.
Yes. So I will stay with them at least 6 months. So one more question, Rahul Garu. So during I-485, so I'm not interested to file for EAD. I just want to continue with only H1B.
So you don't want to get married.
Is that correct?
Yes, that's fine.
I want to file the 485.
Yeah, that's fine. That's nothing wrong. If you change your decision at any point of time to file a EAD in advance parole, you can file at any time. It's not that you have to file it right now.
Okay. I just want to apply for EAD when I get some trouble in the H1B. So that's what
Absolutely.
my thought process.
You
So
can
you recommend that, right?
No, I'm
Okay,
not. I'm not
sir.
recommending.
That's
I'm not recommending you. I'm not telling this way or that other way. I'm
Okay.
just telling you what you can do. You have to pick.
Okay. Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Naveen Garu. Hope you got your advice and please take his suggestion here. Rahul Garu, let's go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Next caller. Can we have the next caller, please? Press *6 to unmute yourself. Can we have the next caller?
Um, 9333. Go ahead.
Hi, Rahul.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, hi,
Go ahead with
Rahul.
the
My
question.
name is Bala Raidu.
Mhm.
Yeah. Actually, my wife is working on H4 EAD. I'm on H1B.
Mhm.
And my wife has EB3 with her employer. Priority date is November 2014. And I am on EB2 category. The priority date is February 2012.
Mhm.
So in this case, my wife's employer suggested they are going to file for her
Adjustment of
485
status.
as it is
Mhm.
application date.
Mhm.
So is there any specific concerns we need to take care of in case if we get the EAD and advanced payroll?
Yeah,
in case
the
if I
concern
want
is
to
that
file again in my
Mhm.
okay, so
the
go ahead.
concern is that if you want to leave a room for yourself to file an adjustment of status in EB2 at a later date, you should not, and your wife should not, get married to the adjustment of status. And I have defined very clearly, you know what the marriage is, right?
Yes, yes. So we should not use either EAD or advanced payroll.
Aha, now you learned it.
Yes, yeah. So to use in case of any, filing date coming for the EB2 2012, then I can file again, right? If I should not use the current.
Right. If you don't get married to this adjustment of status, you can.
Okay, that's what the question. But we can file. There is no issue with H4 EAD filing.
That's separate. That's separate. That has nothing to do with this. She can be an H4 EAD and file
So
adjustment of status as a main person. Absolutely not a problem.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. So that's the question I have.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Let's take our next caller here. Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
*6 to unmute, guys.
And there could be some lag, and if you're watching YouTube, please, as soon as you get admitted, get on to *6 so you can ask your question. We can hear you. Please go ahead, sir.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Hi, Rahul Garu?
Yes, sir.
Sir, so I have my EB2 priority date as of February 2017, and I'm planning to downgrade to EB3. I'm hearing from some of the attorneys that there is some risk for downgrade. Not everyone can do that. Like, have at least 2 years of experience.
No, that's not right. Most 99.9% of the people are qualified for downgrading. However, though, would I do it? No, I won't do it for you if I were you. The reason is that it's not current for you. What's the purpose of downgrading? Why spend all the money?
But EB3 is fast-tracked, right? I mean, it's going super fast.
Yeah, but when it comes there, you can downgrade at that time. Why do it right now?
Yeah, because I mean, it's 2011 is priority date for EB2. So
It's up to you. There is nothing wrong in it. I don't see a justification for spending that money right now.
okay. But you see no restrictions in downgrade, right?
No, I don't see any
I have
restrictions.
master's degree and 1 year of experience. That should be enough.
That's enough. Yeah. You have master's degree. That
Okay.
means, remember, you can climb 100 floors in 1 hour. That means that you must have bachelor's degree too. I'm assuming you do. I don't know. If
No,
anybody-
I mean, I was hearing a different story from another attorney saying that at least
I know.
2 years of experience should be there.
No,
Yeah,
not
confused.
For qualifying for a EB3, the position must require either 2 years experience or bachelor's degrees. It's not END. It's OR.
Okay.
Okay. So if somebody has a
Okay.
bachelor's degree, which you told me you have a master's, that means that you must have a bachelor's. It's like the way you climb 100 floors. Can you climb 50 floors in 1 hour? Yeah, you do.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rahul Garu, let's take just
So
some.
H1B also nowadays, things are changing a lot on the H1Bs.
Mhm.
I think so. Kiran Garu, let me know when you want me to go. I can go. The questions are coming with regards to the H1B. There has been a recently withdrawal from the regulations on the restrictions of the H1B from the OMB. That doesn't mean it's a good news. The problem here is that the Trump administration doesn't want to go through the regulatory process. They want to bypass the regulatory process and want to implement very strictly. Now, the question that came on the YouTube is that, hey, what is going to happen with the LCA that are already filed? What is going to happen with the applications that are already pending? We don't know how and when the Trump administration is going to issue the memorandum or notification to pass. Once we come to know, we will be able to understand very clearly in what process they will implement. Some of the problems with the new things that they're coming is that they're going to make the wage level as a minimum wage level is level 3, which is actually going to be very high. Then there are also restrictions that the end client also has to sign an LCA. That means most probably there will be an end for consulting companies. So these are the restrictions that are coming on. That's the reason why we have to keep watching how this Trump administration is going to do in this last 1 month or 2 months that they'll be existing. We don't know whether they're going to get elected. That's not our, the purpose of the show is to say which party, but in the last 2 months that they may damage a lot of H1B. We have callers someday. Ramagaru, can you unmute yourself? Yeah, 3280. You can call, you can ask the question today. 3280, last 4 digits. 3280. You can ask the question. Yes. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead, sir. 3280. You can go ahead with the question. 3280. You unmuted. You can ask the question. Oh. 3280. You have a question to ask? We'll take the next caller, Andy.
Sure. Let's have the next caller, Andy. Please press *6 to unmute yourself. And if you're on YouTube, please join back on the call so we can hear you there faster. There could be a technical lag. Yeah, we can hear you, sir. The caller ends with 1715. Please go ahead with your question.
1715.
Hi, Rahul. This is Rahul again. My priority date is 2011, June 1st. And my employer is agreed to downgrade the application. So I just have a few questions regarding this. The first question what I have was, in the process of downgrading, the job description that we are going to present for the EB3 I-140, So it should need to match with the EB2, or it can be a different role. And the
Rahul Garu,
role on the job description.
Wait. Rahul Garu, you have a good first name.
Yes.
Let's get to the point on the job description. The job description is once you get the green card, what would be the job description? It's okay to vary because typically this labor certification was done really almost 9 years ago. I mean, typically some of the softwares that may not be even existing right now, especially in the technology world. But to answer the questions though, if the job duties should not be contrary to what was done previously. The job duties has to be similar, can't be contradicting the entire thing. I would rather normally use the same job descriptions to get the EB3 approval though. Saying that, here the company is not stating that you are actually working on that. What they're committing is that the job offer that was made in 2011 is still valid. That's all they're making a statement here.
Okay. And is there anything in the role also? I mean, like at that time it's like a senior software engineer. Now I'm a lead software engineer. So
the question is not what you are. The question is what was the job offer. You may be different right now. Who stays in the same job offer for 9 years? I mean, come on. Even the president has only 4 years, even if he doesn't perform. So in your case, the job duties won't be exactly matching. So, but it still is fine to get the EB3 approval for you.
Okay. And the second question what I have was, if my I-140 is pending, can I eligible to get the EAD?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay.
However, though, I am strongly recommending people though, you can get a EAD though, but wait until the I-140 is approved to use it. The reason is that once you use the EAD or advanced parole, you are getting married to this application. You get married to this application. If something happens to the EB3, you will be risking yourself. You are in or out. So that's the reason I recommend though to apply for EAD and advanced parole if you want to, but don't use it until I-140 is approved.
Okay, got it. And the third question what I have was, suppose in future like EB2 become current in the month of November for me. So I mean, so I already filed this
adjustment of status with downgrading. You can still file one more adjustment of status as long as you don't get married. As long as we don't get married to this EB3. We'll go to the next caller. There are too many callers, Andy.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's get into the next caller. Please press *6 to unmute yourself. There could be some lag. Please watch us on the call. You could even be watching us on YouTube, but please ask on the call right now.
1443. Please unmute yourself.
Please press *6 to unmute yourself. And you can ask the question.
Yeah, you're live, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
You unmuted yourself again. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. I'm with the same employer for about 10 years as a state company. They filed my EB2 in 2014. So now they are agreed to downgrade to EB3. But the question I'm discussing with my lawyer is, should I go with a future employment or a current employment? Because my current job description only partially matches with the description used per firm.
They're recertifying, in the I-140, they're recertifying that the job offer is still there. So if your current job duties are quite, different though, it doesn't matter. Imagine this, okay? Right now, if you go in the normal projections, because of the Trump administration ban on the family immigration regarding these excess green cards, if not, it was expected that it's going to take about between 108 years to 150 years, depending on whom you believe. So do you think such job description will remain the same for 108 years?
No.
Okay. So it's common sense that the job descriptions will not be. What they're telling is that they're recertifying the job is still open. That's all they're doing. So if everything has to match inch to inch, I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you. Can I ask a second question?
Sure.
I'm almost like about to finish my PhD, and I was planning to file EB1b.
Mm-hmm.
So along that line, is there any X and Y requirement that I need to have to qualify? I need to have a certain publication or certain citation. Is there a specific number?
There is nothing specific number, but normally the more higher it is, the better it is. Especially for EB1b, it's better. I mean, if you don't have any publication, can you still get the EB1b? Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, but the probability will be less. The more scholarly articles that you're going to publish, not just you publish your scholarly articles, but also the other people must be using your material. That means that Mr. Bob Dole has researched and said that thing, and I used it and I benefited to that thing. That is very important for you.
Okay. Thank you. One final question on this one. Say if now if I'm downgrading to EB3 and I accepted the payroll that's getting married to EB3, now if I file under EB1, can I do that, and can I move my priority date, or can I?
It's going to be, once you get married, it's a complex issue.
Even in EB1?
Even in EB1. Once you get married, it becomes a complex issue. Okay? It's better that we discuss it separately once the whole thing dies down. But yeah, getting married is important. Once you get married, it's tough. Next caller, please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Let's have our next caller here. The caller ends with 1616. Please press *6 to unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Yeah.
Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
1616. Waiting for you. Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, getting
what?
Yes,
1616. Press *6. I think so. You're pressing too many times.
Hello?
Yeah, now you're on. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm downgrading from EB2 to EB3.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, you're downgrading from EB2 to EB3.
Yeah. So I have two questions. One is my 7-year-old H1 has a first name, last name jumbled. Just now when I'm preparing the document, I saw that. So can I do anything about it now?
What was it jumbled?
The first name went into last name and last name went into the first name.
Not a big issue. Do you know my name?
Yeah. Okay.
What is it?
I mean, my only question is, do I need to do anything?
Quiz. What is it? What
Rahul
is my name?
Your name is Rahul, but I saw your video. Venkat is your name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's not a big issue. Not a big issue. Thank you for watching.
Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a big issue.
I-94 is missing from 2009. The first entry, 2009, I came in as student, and the paper I-94, I don't have a copy.
That's not a big deal. That's not for filing this one. It's not a big deal.
So for both of them, I need not exclusively tell the lawyer now when I'm filing the application for 485. They should be fine, or should I inform them again?
No,
that these
I
are
would not.
No,
I would not even inform them. I would just give them the documents and they will file it, and that should not cause any problem.
And the last question, sir. 765 form, my attorney was saying that October 2nd is going to change. I'm seeing it, it's not changed. So do you have any update like the 765?
It's 765 form is such a jumble right now. What I am recommending, what we are doing at our office is just filing the adjustment of status. You can file in November. The problem with the 765 form is we don't know it's been changed or not. It's changing every single day. and you file with a form which is not valid, this is what they're going to do. They're going to reject, they may reject the entire package. I strongly, at our office, we're not filing 765, we're just filing adjustment of status. You can file the 765 in November. What's the hurry?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. I mean, I was just wondering if the new one is available already.
Sure.
Thank you so much,
That's
Rahul.
all right.
Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you so much, Rahul Garu. I'm sure it would have been a breather from whatever you advised him.
Sure.
For him. So we'll take our next YouTube question here, Andy. It's from Anya M. We are on EB2. Our EB2 priority date is June 6, 2011. If we file EB3 porting now and then we do not plan to use EB3 EAD and we still maintain H1B,
that means they're not getting married to EB3. So if they're not getting married to it, they're just flirting with EB3, then they can always flirt with EB2 when the EB2 comes in. But once they get married, you flirt, that becomes a problem.
Okay. Please make a judicious decision here based on the advice that you have received. Thank you so much. So let's go with our next caller here. The caller ends with 4472. Please press *6 to unmute. Okay, it is 9931. I'm sorry, the caller ends with 9931. Please press *6 to unmute yourself. I guess you've been pressing, yeah. Please press *6 once again, Andy. I think you pressed it again.
Yeah, you're good. Good, sir.
Hi, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Rahul. So what is the possibility of the original perm getting revoked by the service because of the downgrade? So I am in EB2 and I'm planning to downgrade to EB3 right now.
In my 27 years of or 25 years of immigration practice, I've done only 50 downgrades as of now. I have to tell you the truth, but this month alone, I may cross, just multiply by many times I will be doing it. I never had anything revoked though. Went back and revoked the perm labor though.
Okay. Okay. So basically, my employer was saying just be watchful when we downgrade because
we have to always caution. I mean, there is no guarantee. Is there a possibility? Of course, lawyers are cautious. We will always say there is a possibility. I mean, is there a possibility that I will win a lotto for $230 million in the next 1 week? Yeah, it is a possible.
Right.
What are the probabilities is what you need to ask the lawyer, not the possibilities. In my, less than 2% possibility that probability that anything can happen if you are working with the same company.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm your client actually. I already submitted all my documents in the Liberty portal. So I'm just yesterday I just received a call from my employer. Just be watchful, before going it because this was filed like 8 years back, and I was in a different location.
Yeah, you have to be. Yeah. You have to be watchful, though. Of course, nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
We'll go to the next caller.
But
we have, thank you so much, Andy. We have a lot of callers pouring in, a lot of questions. So let's move ahead with the next one here. We have the next caller ending with 4472. Please press *6 to unmute yourself and ask your question.
Your answer, 4472.
Please press *6. There could be some lag if you're watching us on YouTube. Please ask your question. Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, 4472.
Yeah, thanks. My name is Sayed. Actually, my priority date EB3 become current, but I just left that company 2 months ago.
Yikes.
My priority date EB3, EB3 is 2012. But I spoke to my company. He's ready to take me back, but he's saying that you come on our payroll. So if I'm getting new projects, so if I go back his on project, so that old H1B will be valid, or they need to file new H1B?
Have they withdrawn that H1B, or if they're not withdrawn?
No, they didn't withdraw.
If they have not withdrawn it, are you going to work in the same MSA for which they filed the H1B? Okay. Then you can go back. Absolutely no problem with it.
Yeah, just I mean, I heard that there is a new rule going to come for a consultancy company, right? A H-1B restriction for working on the third party.
That is a possibility.
So
that is a possibility. But you already got the H-1B approval, though. You don't have to file the H-1B based on the discussion. That's number one. Number two, as we were discussing that the H-1B is going to get more stricter, it may be time for us to get married to the adjustment of status applications that we are filing right now, because this is an insurance for you. If something happens to the H-1B, you have an EAD.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, got it. So I have another question. And so I'll go if I go back to company A and they are ready to file. But I got some, family issue, and I need to go to India. So should I go before filing a 485 for 2 weeks, or can I go right after filing 485? What do you advise?
First is you cannot file the 485 when you're outside the country. If you go right now 2 weeks,
Yeah.
come on, you may not be able to come back. So that's a tough question to answer. If you file and then you go, then you have to come back on H-1B. You're good to do that.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, that is the main question. So suppose I file my I-485 before 25th of October, so I can leave, because I have visa stamping, so I can go to India and come back within 2-3 weeks, right?
You can, but your advance parole will be automatically canceled if you apply it. You can do one thing, don't apply for advance parole. We're recommending not to apply for EAD anyway. So just file adjustment of status, go outside the country, come back and
Only
H-1B,
485.
and then file the EAD in advance parole. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay. And any impact if we bought the house and if we have loan, anything will be impact on
no impact. You will be fine. As long as your family income is more than $60,000 a year, you're fine.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll move on to the next caller.
Thank you.
Sita Garu.
Let's take the next caller. The caller is ending with 2144. Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hello Andy. నాకు 2 questions ఉన్నాయి. First question, మా employer downgrade చేస్తున్నాడు EB2 నుంచి EB3కి. But attorney is going to only file 485 అంటున్నాడు. EAD advance payroll అవసరం.
తొందర ఏముందండి? తొందర that's what we are doing it too.
Okay, so అది కరెక్టేనా అండి? అంటే అట్లా
correct. That's a better policy. Whoever lawyer your lawyer is very good lawyer. The other thing is, a lot of people ask the question, I'm going to file the AOS right now. If I don't file the EAD in advance parole, the dates are going to move back in November. Yeah, we are expecting dates to move back in November. But can you still file the EAD in advance parole? Yes, you can. As long as you file the 485 application, you can file the EAD in advance parole.
Okay, sir. Inkoti, నిన్న I heard some news like House లో హీరోస్ యాక్ట్ అని పాస్ అయింది, అందులో స్పిల్ ఓవర్ క్యాన్సిల్ చేయడానికి ప్రొవిజన్ ఉంది, పాస్ అయిపోయింది.
It has to pass the Senate.
పాస్ అయితే ఇప్పుడు అంతా
the chances for that to pass in Senate is very rare. The pass of that
అంటే
to
ఇప్పుడు
pass in Senate.
నవంబర్ లో పాస్ అయినా సార్ మొత్తం డేట్స్ అన్ని వెళ్ళిపోతాయి.
I haven't even read that bill, I can tell that. But one thing is that the likelihood of that bill to be passed in the Senate is very rare. In fact, I would give a higher rating to Senate 386 bill, which actually will move the dates for everybody, rather than that bill. So I would not pay that much attention to it right now. There are too many immigration bills there.
Okay,
this one is not going anywhere, at least not expected to go anywhere.
Thank you so much.
Let's
We'll
thank you
go to the
for
next
all the
caller.
service, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's take a next question, Rahul Garu, before we move into the next caller.
Sure.
So the question we have here is, if both husband and wife priority date is current, do we file jointly or separate?
That's $1 million question. You can file both of you cross too if you want to. I mean, it's a money involvement, lot of money involvement, depend on which priority date is forward. A lot of projections will go. It's a very tough call, Andy. I mean, it's your personal call. Okay. Everything is legal. Filing both of you separately is legal. filing both of you in cross one to another is legal. Only husband files both places and wife doesn't file both places. Any combination is legal. And how the dates move will determine which one is advantageous, and that is very hard to predict.
Okay. I guess you have your answer. Please take your call based on the advice you've received.
Sure.
Yep. Thank you so much, Andy. Let's take the next caller here. The caller ends with 6819. Please press star 6.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we could, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thanks, Rahul, for helping us. I have a few questions. The first question is, I am ready to transfer my H1B visa, but my dependents H4 extensions are still in pending because of the biometrics. For example, if I transfer my H1B, if I am ready to work for them immediately, what will happen to their H1B extensions?
I recommend to file the H4 and if you one more time. The reason I recommend is that when you move from company A to company B, there is a chance that the company A might withdraw this H1B. And sometimes we see the officers denying the H4 application just because they see the underlying H1B withdrawn. As a backup plan, I recommend that you file H4 again.
Yeah, I will apply H4 again for them as part of my H1B transfer. But right now they don't have they don't have the valid I-94 on current H4, right?
That's
if
fine.
my H1 will
fine.
get approved, what will happen to their H4 extension approval?
They will get
I-94 or not?
They will get an I-94. They will get an I-94 because there is another interim application pending.
Oh, okay. So we are sure that we will get
this may not be true in H1 cases though, but when it comes to H4, she's safe. They are safe in getting the I-94.
Okay. I have one more question actually. This is regarding a downgrade from EB2 to EB3. Actually, my previous employer has withdrawn my I-140 in EB2 after 180 days of approval. And also the I-140 filed within 180 days of approval. Actually, when I checked, it was, I talked to my previous employer. They said they are ready to downgrade my EB
they are eligible.
to EB3.
Even though they have withdrawn it within 180 days, they are eligible to downgrade.
So basically, they do new I-140 EB3 or just withdrawn EB2?
They file a new I-140. They file a new I-140 application.
Okay. And also, if employer files new 140 EB3 in the future, can I refile my EB2 140 again, which was withdrawn previously by the same employer, or can I apply both 143 EB3 and refile the I-140 EB2 withdrawn at the same time?
You can apply EB2 and EB3 at the same time using the same label certification.
Okay. And also,
we have too many callers. Let's move to the next caller to give chance to the other people.
Yep. So let's move ahead, Andy. The next caller is, I see it as user _1. User _1 is what I can see here. Can you please press star 6 to unmute yourself and ask your question? Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
I think so. I has to do one more time.
Yep. Please press star 6 once again, sir.
Yep. You're good. Good, sir.
Please go ahead
with your.
Press star 6 to unmute yourself and ask your question. There would be some lag on YouTube. Please ask the question here.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Hi. This is Vishnu. This is regarding my mother-in-law's visitor visa. She came here on B2 visa. Her visa will expire in November. She came to US on December 2019. So in May, I already applied for her extension to stay till November. I mean, on which we are waiting on it. But due to COVID, I mean, if we want to extend after that, is there a way we can extend it, or like?
Not after it, but before the November, whatever the expiry date is, you can file one more extension while first extension is pending. However, once she returns back to India, though, make sure she doesn't come at least for 1 year back. She stays in India for at least 1 year.
Okay. So, I mean, so this is already one extension I applied. And
while
after
the first
that,
extension is pending, you can file the second extension.
Okay. But our visa is expiring, 10 years visa is expiring in November.
That is not relevant here. She can still file the second extension even after the passport visa expires.
Oh, okay. And also, I have one more question. Like, we actually initiated a green card. I mean, like I-130. So, does it impact anything for that process if she go back India even after, like, in next June, right? If I suppose when our extension, I apply for another extension. So, from November, it will go maybe till May or something, right? So, even after
you are telling me, this reminds me of a joke. Bus conductor, one of the guy was going in a bus. He said, hey, do you have a ticket? Yeah, I have a ticket. And, do you have then the guy says, what do you do if you lose the ticket? Oh, what do you think so? I have a second ticket in my pocket. And the guy asked, what if you lose both the things? Do you think so? I'm a fool. I have a pass and I have a bus pass. Now you have an I-130. Why are you filing B2 extensions? Why can't you get the green card and stay here?
No, we just initiated, like last week I initiated I-130. I applied.
Right. Did you file the 485 or just I-130?
No, we are in process of applying I-485. I just did like 1 week.
Why did not you file 485 also?
Yeah, I want to do that wasn't online, I think I-485. I-130 was online.
I think so. You need to consult a lawyer to do these things. Don't do by yourself. And she doesn't need to file a B2 extension. She's filing a 485. Okay?
Well, thank you so much.
It's a little bit worse than those 2 tickets and pass here because you're violating certain things to have all those 3 things going on at the same time. Okay?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Hope you take a good advice, Andy, from here. Let's take our next caller. The caller ends with 1104.
Unmute yourself, sir. 1104.
Please press *6 to unmute yourself. Let's take the next question here in the meantime, Andy.
Sure.
Yeah, it's from Satya Prakash.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, please update on HR 8337 premium processing of EB1, EB2, and EB3. Specifically, want to know about EB1c.
Hello?
Yeah, just hold on for a minute. 1104, just hold on for a minute. EB1c, right now the provisions are that the existing premium processing applications of filing fees went up. With regards to the rest of it, like EADs, EB1cs, H4s, certain other things, the USCIS is about to publish regulations, then all those things will come into. Most probably we're expecting, because this is something that the government needs the money and we are willing to pay the money, they should be coming up with the regulations pretty soon so that the EB1c people can file in a premium processing, not only file, but they can convert the existing applications into premium processing.
Okay. Thank you so much for the question.
Go ahead, 1104. Your question, sir.
Hi, this is Srikanth, sir. Thanks for taking my call. This is regarding my, I have my approved 140 with my previous employer, and my current employer applied for labor, and I have approved labor, but my I-140 is still in pending progress. It's not a premium processing. So can I apply for downgrading to EB3?
Yes, you can.
Without
You can file one more. You can file it. You have a labor certification, which is filed. You can file one more EB3 and file an adjustment of status, assuming based on the porting date, your priority date is current for filing, you can.
Yeah, but I got a response from my attorney that you need to approve one
No,
EB2.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. You don't need it. You're using the same labor certification to file an EB3. You don't need an approval of EB2.
But they want the original labor certification, right?
No, you don't need it. If you have filed a I-140 application, you have a receipt notice of that, you don't need the original labor certification. You can file an EB3. We have done several times. No problem with it.
Okay, great. Thank you for that one, sir. And one more thing, sir. Regarding this is for birth certificate, the date of registration
doesn't matter.
What we need.
Even if the date of registration is after 10 years, 20 years, registration is done after 20 years, you should be fine in filing the adjustment of status using that birth certificate.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the next caller.
Sure, sir. TVASIA can be viewed on Dish TV, Sling, World BBTV. Along with, you can watch us live and exclusive on YouTube, YouTube channel for TVASIA, along with Facebook. Let's take our next caller here. It is 7672. Please press *6 to unmute yourself and please ask the question. *6 to unmute yourself, sir. I think you got to press it once again. *6. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Hello, Andy. I have a question about child, this age protection under this EAD.
Yes, go ahead.
My son current age is 15 years, and my current employer is going to file EB3 downgrade from EB2, and my current priority date is 2014 August. So if we get EAD and it is not filing, like it is not final date upon its 21 years of age.
According to the CSPA Act, the age will freeze only when the final action date is current, not the filing date. However, since you're filing an EB3 to EB2 though, you don't have to file in premium processing, so that the EB2 approval takes a long, EB3 approval takes a long time, and probably by this time, you already know that, your son's age will be deducted the amount of time the I-140 is pending. So if the I-140 is pending for 3 months, your son's age will be deducted by 3 months. If the I-140 is pending for 1 year, the age will be deducted by 1 year.
Okay, so you mean this EB2 downgrade process will take longer than 6 months? Actually, I heard that people are saying
you can do premium processing. You can do premium processing to get it faster. Okay, but in your case though, the premium processing is very, very, very bad.
Okay, so we have to wait for until the EB3 140 gets approved under normal processing,
because
so that we can deduct
the age of your son. Yes, because we don't know. We are just assume, oh, he's 15, 21 is 6 years. I'm going to get it. You never know how these dates move. Remember that in 2012, May 1st, 2010 was the final action date for EB2. After 8 years, we still did not touch the date yet. That's the reason, don't count on 6 years. Protect him as much as possible. Okay? Thank you very much. Let's.
Okay. I have second question also, if you allow me.
Sure.
I recently joined to second employer, like a new employer, 15 days before to this bulletin release. the date. And then I realized it and went back to my old employer and I had a talk with them. They said if I am under their payroll, then only they will be able to file EB2, EB3 downgrade. So I quit that job and now from the 15th onwards, October 15th onwards, I will be under my old payroll. So is this decision a good decision or since I quit my job and now I'm in...
That's going to be tough to tell whether it's a good decision or not. But I can tell you one thing. If I were you, I would have done the same thing.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's go to the next caller.
Okay, Andy. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have the next question. Let's take the next question before the caller, Andy. The question is from Virginia. My kid will be turning 18 by December 2020. If we go for downgrading route from EB2 to EB3 and file 485 concurrently, what will happen to him if he reaches 21 before the final date becomes current?
The freezing of the age will be upon the final action date, minus the time that the I-140 is pending. So if the final action date never becomes current when he is before he turns 21, he will be kicked out. However, the time period that the I-140 is pending, they will deduct the age. So at this point of time, I would recommend that they file the adjustment of status, then they sit down with a lawyer and it's probably November or December to sort out the plan, what need to be done with the children.
Okay. Okay, I hope their question here answered here. Let's take the next caller. It is 8634.
Yes, hi. Hello, Rahul. Thanks for taking the call. I had a question regarding the I-485 employment history. I kind of 12 years ago when my OPT ended, for example, if it was a Wednesday, I left to India on Saturday, something like 3 days later. There was something like in May or June. And for 2 months, I was working with our employer branch in India. And then after another 2 months of vacation, I returned back somewhere in November. So I wanted to kind of know if I need to put that in, because after October is when my H1 started. So I came back in November with H1. And I want to know if I need to include that in as an employment history. I mean, the employment history this one is back 12 years ago. So they asked
the
for
the adjustment of status only requests 5 years of employment history. Plus they ask any experience that you have in India, if it is more than 1 year. Since this is only 2 months, you don't have to show this anywhere. And it doesn't come into the 5 years thing. So there's no column there to have that one.
Okay. And I traveled 3 days later after my OPT ended. That should be good, right? 60-day grace period.
You have 60 days grace period. You're good.
Okay. And one other question I had was the 765 form. I heard when you told to one of the person that your decision is not to apply the 765 because they have a preview form and they changed it. My question is the filing fee right now for 485 is $1,225, right? And
right. You're right. But the filing fee freezes out if we file an adjustment of status. Under the current conditions, it may change. Okay? Under the current conditions, the way I read the reading is that the filing fees freezes. But if the filing fee doesn't, freezes means that we are under the old filing fees. You know how the old filing fees is, right? There is no EAD and advance for all fees ever. We are assuming under the court order right now that we should be freezing under the old fees. But if the court order says otherwise, because right now we are under the old fees, but if the court finally tells that we are not under the old fees, yes, you will be ending up paying that filing fees later on.
So if we apply now, we are going to apply with $1,225 for the 485 application. And if I'm putting an I-131, I'm not going to put any kind of check with it, right? Like the 590.
Right now you don't. Right now you don't.
Okay.
I'm assuming in November also you don't, but I may be wrong on
that. Right. So you recommended the 765 form can be applied later, but is that the same kind of thought?
The reason is that I do not recommend to file both the forms right now, even if it costs money. That is my recommendation, because this 765 form changed and I don't know which form it is. We don't know the form. We don't have an I-129 form. It's so confusing right now. You file something, the entire thing gets rejected, and we'll get it in November, you're screwed up. So we are not filing anything right now. We're just filing additional status. And that's what a lot of lawyers, smart lawyers are doing. Smart lawyers are doing.
That's a very good suggestion, because I was thinking, and I was doing with another lawyer, and I don't think they are in the same thought process. That's actually a good suggestion. Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you very much for tuning in.
And that was our last caller for the day, Andy Rahul Garu. Thank you so much for the service that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Andy.
Please connect with Rahul Garu at his office, and also you can call us next week at the same time. You can watch TVASIA Telugu on Dish TV, Sling, YouTube channel, as well as Facebook and World BB TV. That's Doctor with Expert show for us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.